And on this Wednesday, January 14th, 2026 edition of Newsmakers, the Christian Employers Alliance will not face enforcement actions from the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission over employee accommodations. The North Dakota-based organization announced an agreement with the federal commission that avoids punishment for members that don't abide by mandates that violate their Christian beliefs. Examples of such mandates include accommodations for abortion, protections for employees identifying as transgender, banning sex-specific dress codes, and opening gender-specific spaces for those of the opposite sex. The nonprofit group says they are grateful to the EEOC for standing up for religious liberty. They added the EEOC is considering revising some of its policies across the board. A California doctor is under a felony indictment and accused of shipping illegal abortion pills into Louisiana. State Attorney General Liz Murrell's office says Remy Cocteau is charged in St. Tammany Parish with criminal abortion by means of abortion-inducing drugs. Speaking in Washington, D.C., Murrell urged Capitol Hill lawmakers to change the rules for abortion-inducing medication, which were loosened during COVID.
Political preferences do not justify placing women at such medical risk.
The GOP is seeking to go back to mandatory in-person doctor's visits before the pills can be prescribed. The Missouri Supreme Court is upholding a state law banning so-called gender-affirming care for minors. The court sided with a Cole County judge's decision that upheld a law banning children from procedures including sex change surgeries and hormone therapy. The law has been in effect in Missouri since August 2023. Open Doors has released its annual World Watch List, ranking the top 50 countries where Christian persecution and discrimination is at an all-time high. This year, Open Doors says not only is persecution reaching alarming rates, but it's also getting more creative. The 2026 report reveals a consistent trend. The intensity of persecution and discrimination continues to increase, with more than 388 million Christians worldwide, 1 in 7, facing high levels of persecution and discrimination for their faith. That's 8 million more people than last year. Key findings include 15 countries hitting record high violence against Christians in the past year, Syria reaching its highest score ever, and it's the largest single-year increase registered by any country under the World Watch List methodology since it was established in 2014. Nigeria remains the global epicenter of deadly violence against Christians. 4,849 Christians killed worldwide for their faith during the reporting period. 3,490 were Nigerian. That's an increase from 3,100 last year. The 14 sub-Saharan countries on the World Watch List comprise more than 721 million people, nearly half of them Christian. 1 in every 8 Christians on earth lives in these 14 countries. Governments are getting more creative, such as using artificial intelligence in places like North Korea to identify suspicious behavior patterns that might indicate someone is a believer. Yet, Open Doors says remarkably, in these same impossible situations, the Christian church is continuing to grow. And Sri Lanka dropped 4 points in 4 places to rank 65th, with improvements in government treatment of Christians, reducing discriminatory practices, and improving access to justice. The complete 2026 World Watch List is available at opendoorsUS.org. And that's Newsmakers for this Wednesday, January 14th, 2026 edition. I'm Keith Black.